Week 10, Doug, Kamish, Soldier, and Nichols going at it each other this week. Both 4-5, both desperately needing some wins here as they're trying to get rolling and stuff and trying to see if they can get into the playoffs. Let's get started with Donovan McNabb against Brett Favre. Brett Favre plays the terrible Lions, and McNabb plays San Diego. The first time Favre played the Lions, he didn't throw the ball much, if you remember. That was only week 2.
We were there.
It was only week 2, but he didn't throw the ball much. I think he's getting a little bit more comfortable. I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb and say Favre does pretty well here. I'm going to say 25 for Favre.
Oof, that's a bit much for my blood, Dougie, as I don't think they're going to have to pass the ball to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Special teams.
I'm hoping he throws to Harvin. That's why. Hidden motivation here.
How about that? I just don't see Favre having a glorious day. Just because he doesn't really need to. I'm going to pick McNabb.
Okay. Wow.
With the big play, capability with Deshaun Jackson and Macklin. They're dynamite. Said it normal. They're dynamite on the outsides. I like McNabb.
Okay. Lawrence Maroney, Adrian Peterson. Do you think that he should be playing Beanie Wells or Corral Buckhalter? What do you think?
No. One of the few solids that Chapman's done all year is keeping Adrian Peterson, and Maroney's been pretty solid.
Yeah.
Since Sam Morris went down, not fumbling, hitting the holes hard. I think this is a great matchup against the cover 2.
Okay. Adrian Peterson against Detroit.
I mean, if I could do dynamite any better, I'd do it right now.
I'm sure you
That's a home run. Chris Johnson, home run.
Ryan Grant doesn't have the greatest of matchups this week,
or the greatest of offensive lines.
No, but you've also got Ricky Williams, who's got a pretty decent matchup. But you just never know with him with that Wildcat offense what's going to happen.
He could get 10 carries and 3 touchdowns, or he could get 10 carries and 3 yards.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go with the Soldier on the running backs just because the Peterson factor.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Soldier has the obvious better matchups.
Okay. Wide receivers, I like the Soldiers matchups. Mike Wallace has been showing up for the Soldier. I mean, pretty good waiver wire pickup there. Or wait, was it in a trade?
I don't know.
Don't worry about that. We'll have Statboy look at that up.
It is a trade.
Mike Wallace, Devin Hester, C. Smith. Hester and Smith have great matchups this week. On the other side of things, Mike Sims Walker and the newly acquired Calvin Johnson. Do you have any parting words for Calvin?
Light it up, Calvin. You didn't for me. You averaged 3 points a game over the past 7 weeks. But hopefully you can double that to 6. Retard.
Well, I'll tell you, I think he was pretty happy to get out of trash land.
He was. I was riding him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm tired of all this injury bullcrap, and I'm too sore to play, and this and that. You're a wasted first-round pick, and I'm glad to see you gone.
He was a wasted one of your 5 first-round picks. Let's just keep that in mind. Anyway, Devery Henderson, always the big play guy. And again, St. Louis, who knows what they end up doing. Who do you like in the wide receivers here?
Well, with that intro, I'm going to have to take the Soldiers, even though I would not be surprised to see the Johnson come out and go deep a couple times. Maybe have a lucky day and get out of the single digits for the first time all year. It could happen.
Mike Sims Walker has a tough matchup against the Jets, who've had a week to prepare for him. Keep that in mind when you're putting him in your lineup. Tight end, Antonio Gates, Brent Selleck. I love Brent Selleck.
Me too.
I mean, he's just showing up, man.
And we've been saying it for 9 weeks now. We're both Tom Selleck fans.
Yep, love it. Ravens and Saints both have great matchups here as well.
Same.
I think it's kind of a wash. In the end, besides the fact that Dan's going to kill you on Saturday, who are you picking?
Well, I'm torn, Dougie. At the beginning of the year, some of this hatred that Chapman wants to pile drive me for is due to the fact that I ranked him 13th out of 12 teams and said that his receivers blow and he blows and he'll be in last. While I still think that that's very possible and even quite likely to happen, I think that he's going to maybe even sneak out a win this week. As much as it pains me to say, Adrian Peterson against the Loins is too much for the commish to go against.
Okay, I am too going to be taking
I don't want to.
Mighty Soldier. I know you don't want to, but
I don't want to take him.
maybe it'll lighten him up when he hits you this weekend.
I'm going to drive him into the ground.
We're both taking the Soldier here. We'll be right back with our next matchup, and hopefully next week when you see him, he'll be in the sling or something. Maybe have a bandage across his head. Who knows?